On this
So the man
episode of
comes to
Candid
you
Convos,
and he says, you know what, Cole, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to wife you up, but I'm only gonna give you 90. What you saying to that? Cole. Come off mute, say what you want to say.
Yeah, this is, I mean, just to jump off kind of what JR was saying, because I got what JR was saying, it's being satirical, but yeah, I mean, this is why I kind of state like we as men want tangible stuff, because the woman that first talked about certain things, she's the norm, right? So if I know that I'm not going to get all of you, then hey, you got to pay. You know, we can't be playing this game where I'm doing all the work, I'm sacrificing everything, and I only get 90 at most. Nah, bro, we're not doing that. Like, we're just not. So if I'm even going to entertain being around you, then we're going to go 50-50. You're probably never going to get married, because I know if I marry you, you're not going to act right. So it's kind of, I mean, that's kind of where we're at. And I don't know how to fix that other than women like getting a clue and acting right. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. So.
Yeah, no, I feel that right there. Shout out to my guy Andre Cable in the building. He said, "What up, gang? What's going on, Andre? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight." You want to say something, Joe? Then I'll come back to Cole. Go ahead.
I understand what she meant when she said about giving so much of yourself that you neglect yourself. So I get that point she was trying to make, but I think what she was assuming was that she has to give less to someone else in order to give more to herself. So you don't have to give someone less to give more to you. You can give someone all of yourself, but yet give yourself all of you as well. So you don't have to subtract one thing from the other. But I understand where she was coming from.
All right,
Perhaps she was in a situation that she gave a lot of herself, and she didn't get what she probably thought she should have got from that relationship. And so she has whatever traumas or whatever deal she's dealing with. And a lot of times that may be where that's coming from. I gave myself all to this man and I got nothing. So the next man I go to, I'm gonna give him a little less because if he's worth a damn, he's not going to accept it. So they kind of have to balance that one out for themselves.
Joe, you sound like Derek Jackson, bro. You sound like Derek Jackson. You're messing up.
Oh, you know that's the truth, though.
Don't listen to that, Joe. Don't listen to him.
Oh man, he didn't do the DJ on him, man. Let me check in with Cole over here real quick. Then I'm gonna circle back to Vince. Cole, what you think about what your girl was saying? Was she saying something, or was she just talking outside her neck? What you say, Cole?
I'm just gonna say I don't know, because I just don't think I listen to some of these popular topics. All I can say is if I was the person that was in a relationship or married with the person, then I'm giving 100%. And if it's not coming up that way, then we just need to have a discussion and make decisions. So I just.
So let me ask you this, Cole. I said, because I know you and you out here in the market a little bit, right? No, I'm just keeping it real. So how would you feel hearing that, like, as the female? So where does that take your mind? So the man comes to you and he says, you know what, Cole, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to wife you up, you know what I'm saying? Start a little family. I'm going to take care of you, but I'm only going to give you 90. What you saying to that? No, just keep it real. What you saying to that as a woman?
I mean, the discussion would be, what on earth, what do you explain this 90% looking like? And at the same time, I'm like, I'm gonna just be honest with you, I'm not keeping score, because I know I'm gonna be me regardless. Like, I'm just at that point where I know how I'm gonna be, so I'm not keeping up a weird percentage. Like, this is like, I'm looking at, like, this is the workload, this is what we got to do, and we either divvy it up or we switch certain days. Like, the percentage crap makes no sense. I don't know.
No, I'm saying I'm just asking. I'm really what I'm asking is I'm referencing at its most basic form. Yep. So as a man coming to a woman, I said, because tonight's conversation is a large platform, right? So there's a lot of eyeballs on that platform, right? Mm-hmm. So as a man coming to a woman and me telling you that I want to commit to you, make you my wife, and start a family, and you're gonna be, Mrs. Johnson and whatever else. But then I'm gonna tell you, I'm only gonna give you this amount. It's like, what does that, as a woman, when you hear that, when you hear a man coming out the gate telling you, you only gonna get this amount of me and that's it. As a woman, do you be like, okay, I can work with it, or does that just turn you off because you're selling me short?
I'm completely turned off because you already keeping score. You're already keeping score, and then it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make a relationship work. Like, stuff is probably going to be uneven at different stages of the relationship, and
Yep.
all you got to do is just talk about it when it starts to feel that way. So if he's bringing up a percentage, to me, that's just an indication that you already keeping score. You're not going to be 100% committed, and you're probably on some tit for tat type of stuff. And I don't have time for none of that.
Right. Okay.
So
I
he
feel
can
that.
just keep going. So if he can't get past
It's
that,
about
feel that.
effort and intent, right? Because Coco said it earlier. It's not, you're not, everyone's a human being. No one's gonna, we know logically no one's gonna give 100% in anything. People slack off, people are lazy in relationships and business and work and whatever. And so it's about effort and intent. If you have to say to someone, I'm taking away 10% of something, then I would want to know, what is that 10% you're holding back from me? And why do you feel like you need to hold that back? So no one is going to, it ebbs and flows, 80%, 90%, 100%. You gas the pedal, you slow down a little bit. Oh, it's slowing down, I pick it up, pick it back up. That's just life. So it's weird for her to say something like that. It's not even that she's wrong per se, because that's life in all areas, not just relationships. It's that she feels the need to make that a specific point. I'm going to hold back 10%. Like, well,
but where are you
just
getting the percentages from? That's what I'm saying. Like the
it's
second that
weird to
she
me.
brought the
I don't know.
second that she brought up the percentages meant that to me you're not giving 100% of effort. You're calculating every little thing that you do. Which first of all, who got the mental time to even sit up and calculate everything that you got to
Great
do?
point.
Like you got stuff to do. It's stuff to be done. It's tasks to do. Like what are we talking about? So, like I said, for me in that conversation, I personally I wouldn't have been in the room when that conversation was said because I'm not thinking of the relationship that way.
No, that's real right there. That's real. Let me come down to Vince. I know you want to say something. Go ahead, Vince.
This is actually a real thing.
It is.
Because Coco brought up a point. I think this lady knows that women usually pick the wrong man. So to save yourself, girl, because I know you're not gonna pick the right man, you need to save a little something. So when it fall apart, you'll have your golden parachute. And
That's real.
this goes even deeper with, I hear a lot of women say, oh no, I gotta keep something for myself. I gotta keep my own name. I gotta keep my own house. I gotta keep something for myself. So I understand what she's talking about in a very general sense. But when it comes to marriage, see, I don't know if she's married or not. I know Miss Doctor not married.
Neither one of them is.
Okay, so I don't know. I mean, I don't really pay attention to women who are not married, or at least have a committed relationship, because I don't even think they understand. Because people are here looking for these quote unquote, and that's what you do in a partnership. That's why I'm so heavy on words. You protect yourself in a partnership, don't you?
Facts. That's true. Yeah, no, that's true, man.
It ain't
Yeah,
all or nothing. It's my
facts.
half and your half.
That's true. Yeah, especially from a business perspective, right? The protections, and you know what I'm saying, that's the whole concept behind it. So no, you're right on that, man. That's a valid point.
And
You want to say
the
anything else?
problem
Go
is
ahead.
with a lot of these ladies is that a man of value, you're gonna have to give him 100%. You're gonna have to give him 120%. So she understands that a lot of these ladies are not gonna find the man that they really want, the 666. So if you find the 232, then you're gonna have to, he ain't gonna make as much money as you want him to make. He not gonna be as affectionate as you want. He ain't gonna give you the Jamaica trips. He ain't. So you gotta say something just in case.
Right. That's real, man. That's another view at it. But no, I agree. I see you made some valid points right there. Let me get these comments. I'm gonna come back to the panel. Shout out to my guy J.U. Griffin. He said women have divorced for years because they felt they were given 100%. They were given 100% in the relationship, and men were not. Yeah, no, let's say you have a point here, J.U. Once again, I think there was a lot of feelings involved. Yeah, there was a lot of feelings involved versus what actually was going on, if we be real about this. But I understand exactly what you're saying. You got a point here, J.U. See, Donovan said, let's see, the introductory exit strategy is mind-blowing. Yeah, man. That's where I was about to go with this. Because I said I hear things when I see these videos. Yeah, I have to really digest what's being said. One of my first questions that I do have, and this is to any ladies who is watching, so this includes Coco, Cole, and Kenyatta. And I'm not sure if any other ladies are watching right now. If you are, drop a comment, let us know you're here. But my question would be is, why do so many women today, because I see enough of this content, why do so many women today go into relationships outside of what Vince just said, because he made a valid point, but why do so many women today go into relationships essentially expecting it to fail? Yep. Now I know to Vince's point, he's saying that, a lot of them know that they're going to be picking the wrong dudes, but there's got to be more to that, because I hear this a lot. Women going into these relationships already expecting it to fail, so she got to have a back out plan, and she got to put a little something on the side, and it's all these contingencies. And I'm like, but if you're going into it genuine, authentic, being transparent, and going in to make it work, why are y'all always thinking about something failing? Especially if you got a percentage. Well, basically, we back to these percentages again. Especially if you got a percentage in this relationship, why are you going in expecting it to fail? So any lady who can school me on that, yeah, let me know what that is and help me understand what that is. Yeah, why do ladies go into relationships expecting them to fail? If I don't get that. Go ahead, Coco.
I just don't think that women know, and when I say women, of course, I mean in general, I don't think that women know how to make relationships work. I don't think that they know. I'm not trying to make excuses either. I just think that this is part of the problem. I don't think that a lot of women understand what it takes to make a relationship work. And when they are told what they need to do to make a relationship work, they don't want to do it. So once they are told, once they are schooled, once someone does try to communicate with them and say, okay, well, you need to be willing to do this, this, or this, they're like, I don't want to do all that. That's why we have the birth of Take Me As I Am. That's why they have, y'all don't like natural women anymore. That's why all of these statements are a way to say, I just don't want to do what you're asking me to do. I don't want to do that. Right. And I think that's part of it. I think this is why they think it's weird for married women to talk to them. I think that's why married women, like single women, are like, why are married women talking to single women? Why? Because we are trying to give you the keys. Like, didn't you say you wanted to be in a relationship? You said you wanted to be married. You said you wanted that, right? Well, why wouldn't you talk to someone who has those things? And I'm not talking about any old body, but somebody who's successfully married and has the track record. Why wouldn't you want to talk to them? Why wouldn't you want to hear what they think? Why wouldn't you want to get tips from them? Why do you want people like this woman telling you to go into a marriage with a good man, giving him 90%?
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, holding it down for Candid Convos. Man, if you enjoyed this video, man, go check out this next one.